First up, let's get you exactly when it comes to lodging of a very strong diplomatic protest over the killing of Indian nationals with Russia. This is what India has now done following the deadly attack on commercial cargo vessels that claimed the lives of 4 Indian seafarers. Now, the Russian CAD, who has been summoned to the MEA, which is the Ministry of External Affairs, where New Delhi seems to have conveyed its grave concern and unequivocal condemnation of the strikes that was carried out on MV Golden Leo. That is on part of India, which is being done as far as registering this attack, condemning such attacks, saying that the MEA, after this Russian missile, killed at least 4 Indians on board the vessel. So this is the condemnation that has now been also given to the CAD, which is the charge d'affaires of the Russian side, as he was summoned by the Ministry of External Affairs. And when it comes to condemning the Russian attack that has happened on a merchant, on a foreign flagged vessel off the coast of Ukraine in Odessa, which seems to have killed multiple nationals, multiple individuals, including 4 Indian seafarers, and India has now reiterated its call for an end to targeting commercial shippings, especially when it comes to conflict. Now, Russia-Ukraine conflict that has been taking place for the last 4 years, and this is the first instance of a death of Indian seafarers in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and more than half a dozen Indian seafarers have already been, killed or have been affected because of the Iranian-US attacks on merchant vessels in the Strait of Hormuz in the recent weeks. Akansha, first instance there, India registering a very strong protest.
I want to also share the names of those mariners who've been killed on MV the Golden Leo. Akhil Johan, Gurpreet Singh Bhatt, Jagan Singh, Abhishek, Nishad. These are the 4 names that have now been shared with us. But more importantly, it's also important to call out what has happened in the tensions that are plaguing not just the Strait of Hormuz, because remember, this latest bout of tension that has happened this time around is in the Sea of Azov, which is now becoming the latest flashpoint as far as maritime conflicts are concerned. So I just want to quickly also share, for the benefit of our viewers, that entire readout that's been put out there by the Ministry of External Affairs, which says that the Russian charge d'affaires, Mr. Vladimir Ladanov, was summoned to the Ministry of External Affairs. The visuals where you can see Vladimir Ladanov stepping out. We are being told it was a 15-minute long meeting.
And we should also keep in mind, Amita, that the Ministry of External Affairs has not really minced their words. They've called it summoning. The first time I remember when the Iranian Ambassador Fatali had been summoned way back in April this year, they had abstained from using the word summon. But this time around, when the DCM of Iran went and met with the officials at the Ministry of External Affairs, they did use the word summoning. And this is exactly what they have done this time around. When the Russian diplomat has been summoned, we've also summoned the Americans earlier with regards to a similar kind of an attack.
So I'm just going to talk about the MEA statement, Akansha, because this is what has now come across. As we speak of the MV Golden Leo, that was said to be a general cargo ship that was attacked while it was departing from the port of Odessa in Ukraine and Odessa in Ukraine. And at the time of the incident, there were several crew members on board, including Indian nationals. So the MEA in its statement has said that Indian nationals attacked on board a commercial shipping that endangers innocent civilian lives. It is unacceptable, and calling for such individuals and such incidents to be prevented in the future. So de-escalation, Akansha, that seems to be the message. Conflict that seems to be happening in other parts of the world as well. India has suffered, although not been directly involved in this conflict, and this is now coming across as India's message, a call for de-escalation.
Right, and look at the overall global scenario. You mentioned that this port was in fact attacked at the port of Odessa in Ukraine. And so it's not just the Strait of Hormuz. I was talking about how the Sea of Azov is also becoming the latest flashpoint. This entire coastal region, whether it is the Odessa...
Akansha, apologies. I'm told that Parliament updates that are now coming in